Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we want to talk a little bit about the difference and our opinions on frozen fruits and veg versus fresh fruits and veg. I've gotten quite a few different random questions about what people think our opinion is, whether one's better, one's worse. I don't know what is better for weight loss, what is better for nutrient density. So we just wanted to discuss a little bit of our opinion on that.
Yeah, so personally my opinion is if you're living in an area where you can't get access to a certain type of fruit or vegetable and then you fresh and then you have to buy it frozen, then that's fine, because at the end of the day what you're doing by buying a frozen one is you're introducing a type of variety of fruit or vegetable that wouldn't otherwise be in your diet because it's not grown locally. So there's no harm in that, and it's adding extra variety to your diet. So another thing is as well is the fresh stuff is often, especially with fruit, is picked unripe, especially green. I mean, just look at bananas. They'll pick them green, and then which is obviously when they're unripe, they haven't got all the full sugars and full nutrients and stuff, and then they'll pick them for transport. Whereas if you think about the frozen process, they'll freeze it on site. So they'll pick them at the full ripeness and then straight into the freezer, straight into a freezer truck, however they do it, and then literally straight into a bag, straight to your supermarket. Whereas obviously the fresh produce, you know, it's travelled around, it's got banged, it's you know, like I said, it was picked unripe. So it's basically it's not always ideal, as you might think, to have fresh.
Yeah, I know. I've heard, I don't know, maybe you've heard that there are some raw foodists who say that eating frozen fruit is not nearly as good as fresh or raw. But I have a feeling that it, like what Craig just explained here, is that sometimes frozen fruit and frozen vegetables can be better for you because they're literally picked at their peak ripeness, so they have higher nutrients within them. Your body can easily absorb those nutrients much better versus having them, I don't know, picked in close to being ripe and then having them travel across the world or travel wherever they need to get to your plate for you to cook them and essentially get your body to absorb those nutrients. So I think it all comes down to maybe having a mix of both. Maybe indulging in fresh fruits and vegetables and indulging in some frozen fruits and vegetables, because that way you'll be getting best of both worlds. I mean, most of us in certain parts of the world can obtain frozen fruits and veggies at a cheaper price than fresh. So there's no harm, there's no bad thing in getting majority of your stuff frozen if that's what you need, if that's more convenient for you or cheaper for you. There's nothing wrong with that. And like we said, I think there's a time and a place to eat both of those. So try and make a mix of it within your diet, and it'll probably be more satiating to you, more satisfying to have a variety.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly not like one is necessarily better than the other, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a place and they're growing fresh strawberries, and you can literally go to your local strawberry farm or whatever and pick them, then yeah, that might be better than buying frozen strawberries, you know. But then again, you could still potentially freeze them strawberries. You know, I mean, if you went and picked 10 kilograms and you couldn't eat 10 kilograms within 3 days or however long, you could still potentially freeze them. And what harm is it going to do them? Just the same as we would pick ripe bananas and freeze them. It doesn't do it any harm. It doesn't take anything away, and it doesn't remove everything. I mean, unless we're talking freezing it for years, you know. But we're not. With chances are we're talking about freezing it for a month. So literally freezing things just sort of
holds it in its place as how it was.
In time, yeah. So you're basically just stopping time, essentially. You're stopping bacteria, you're stopping anything from decaying it.
Growing or changing.
Or growing on it, yeah. So literally, it's not like canned goods, which is obviously another video, but canned goods, obviously, they're corked and, you know, they take things away, add things, etc. Frozen is not to be viewed as inferior, it's to be reviewed as an alternative. Which, like we've said, depending on where you are, you know, sometimes you can access the more frozen variety. Just like here, we can't seem to find certain fruits or vegetables, but we can find them frozen.
Yeah.
So we buy them frozen.
That's actually kind of what inspired me to do this video. We just a couple weeks ago, we decided to change up our breakfast a little bit, and we said, okay, let's get some different frozen fruit besides frozen strawberries. So Thailand here, we found frozen peaches, and I said, okay, let's do a peaches and cream oatmeal. We were so excited to try it and everything, and when we opened it up, we put it in the oatmeal, we were ready to eat it, and we're like, I don't know, this doesn't taste as good, not nearly as good as we expected it to be, and it was definitely not as sweet as the frozen peaches I have obtained in Canada. And we thought about it for a moment.
As well.
Yeah, and we're like, well, you know what? I don't know. This you have to think of it as where they get it from and when they choose to pick that fruit or their veg, how ripe it is. So maybe these ones were a bad batch. Maybe they were picked too soon before they actually went to their ripeness. So essentially, you can experiment, find different frozen fruits, find different fresh fruits and veggies as well, and just mix things up. Try a different variety, try a different brand, try getting from different supermarkets, different markets, and enjoy a mix of both, because essentially your body is going to get those nutrients whether it's from frozen or fresh, and it would be best, I think, if you could do a mix of both in some way.
Yeah. And then also you've got to remember, fruit is one of the easy ones.
Yeah.
Generally, the sweeter the fruit is, the more tasty it is, the more riper it's going to be, the more nutrient dense it's going to be as well. So if you do, and I mean, unless of course they've added something to it. So if you buy 100% frozen peaches and then they're not very sweet, chances are they're either bad peaches or they weren't picked ripe or whatever. Whereas if you buy 100% frozen peaches and they're sweeter than the peaches that you can buy fresh, then you know that
they're the better ones.
Yeah, they're the better ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, just find out what works for you, both financially, availability, etc. And there is no real right and wrong here.
Yeah. That's the main topic of this video. There's really no right and wrong. You just have to figure out what works for you. So I hope you found the video helpful. If you did and you liked it, you found it inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button there. And if you're new to either of our channels, don't forget to subscribe for more, because we help you live a healthy vegan lifestyle. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.